Hello students, welcome to week 2 of the course. Through this short video, I will be providing a brief overview of the assignments for this week, and I will also be providing some feedback in regards to the discussions from last week. So please take the time to watch this video so that you can get to hear the overview and the feedback. In regards to the feedback for the discussions in particular, I think you did a great job. The majority of you incorporated your own personal or professional experiences or examples, and you also discussed why you agreed or disagreed with your classmates. I do want to emphasize that it is not enough to say, for example, I agree with you, great job on your post. As I indicated in the instructions and also in the follow-up post, you should mention why you agree or disagree and provide those examples, because I think it makes the discussion much more enriching. So I think some of you already did that, so you're doing the right thing. So for example, with some of the policies or programs such as the Affordable Health Care Act, some of you mentioned how it has benefited your own family or clients, and at the same time some of you discussed some of the limitations of the Affordable Care Act. That's what I'm looking for in the discussion. Again, you can provide those examples. And if you don't have them, you can even draw from current events or what you read in the media to incorporate it into the discussion. And I also want to point out that it is important for you to include those citations and references at the end of your post, particularly for the initial post that you're posting on Wednesdays. If you are doing some research from a website or from an article or from another scholarly source, or even from a website such as the one that you utilized last week, you need to include that reference so that you give credit to the author. So let's be careful when we do those citations and references, and let us not forget to include those as part of our post. For upcoming assignments, this week you should send me an email or message letting me know the topic that you want for your expository essay. The topic is due this week, but the final paper or the expository essay is not due until week 5, so the last week of the course. Here you see some of the topics that you can possibly select from. Some of you have already emailed me, but those of you who have not, don't forget to send me the topic by the end of this week. Again, you don't have to submit the paper until week 5, but just so that you keep it in mind, these are some of the points that you're expected to include as part of the body of the paper, including issues and needs associated with the selected topic, interventions provided by human service workers in response to this topic, ethical and multicultural issues and practices associated with the topic, and biblical truths and Christian worldview perspective on this topic. So for example, if you select depression, it is not enough just to mention what the symptoms of depression, what depression is. You should cover these other topics, and it is of great importance to discuss the interventions or what human service workers can do in response to this issue. So again, just so that you can keep it in mind, you don't have to submit this paper this week, but you can work on the paper little by little so that you're working ahead before week 5. And last week and this week, you have been watching or reading different articles or videos that will help you with your reflective essay. The reflective essay is not due until next week, but again, is one of those assignments that you can be working on starting this week. And just so that you're thinking ahead, what is a reflective essay? A reflective essay is typically an essay that is written at the end of the course or at the end of an academic program. And typically the writer reflects upon the learning and experiences, documenting the process leading to growth and understanding. So in this case, you're not writing this paper at the end of the program or at the end of the course. But this paper, you are going to write it considering your knowledge and experience up to this point in your life and your studies that led you to seek a career in human services. And for those of you who have not yet determined your exact career path, you will need to write this reflective assignment as if you have committed to the field of human services. So for instance, for me, how I decided to work in, or major even, to get a master's degree in social work, I was undecided when I was an undergraduate student, and I realized that I really loved helping people, that I had been volunteering. At that time, Cardinal Services had a program to help recent arriving immigrants from Latin America. And that program helped these families transition to the community of Warsaw and surrounding areas. I was in the task force committee, which would help make decisions about the program. And I also volunteer in different organizations in the community. And when I was a junior as an undergraduate student and I didn't have a lot of other experiences, I realized that I love helping those who had experienced similar struggles that I did. So in this case, I love to help anyone, but I like to use my bilingual and multicultural abilities to help arriving families to be able to integrate into the community. And I was also volunteering and helping ESL children with their homework. I would also help translate in the parent-teacher conferences. And I also helped informally students who were first-generation college students to understand how they could apply to college. I would sit down with them and work on their applications and also understand how they could apply for the scholarships and through the Kosciuszko Community Foundation and also through the FAFSA. And for me, I decided that I wanted to utilize those experiences and my skills to make a difference in the lives of people. So I went on to get my master's degree with a focus in community and social development. So basically developing new programs to help underserved communities have access to different resources. So again, the reflective essay It's an opportunity for you to reflect on your life experiences and your studies, to understand and to write about what led you to seek human services as a career. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. And I hope you have a great week, and please let me know how I can help you.